I think the biggest crime that Spain committed against us is, of course, the treatment that the Jews in Spain went through, which technically made the Sephardic Jewish population a lot smaller, which opened up a space for the Ashkenazi Jews to take over, which I know it's a stereotype in the Western world that Ashkenazi Jews are like very smart and things like that, and there are questions about their intellectual superiority. But with all due respect, like they were considered pretty unimpressive compared to Sephardic Jews. How much we have lost by having the Ashkenazis take over. I mean, real tragedy. But it is what it is, and the Ashkenazi Jews are trying. They're trying, okay? And by the way, like it's also my family partially, so. Hola chicos, chicas, ¿cómo están? Hoy voy a ver un video de Yolanda Díaz. I'm just kidding, I don't know why I'm speaking Spanish. My Spanish is not that good. The Spanish decided to they were always at the forefront of being like pro-Palestinian and stuff. I get it. Like we have a long history of disagreements. Yeah, and there is no doubt that Spain and the Jewish people have a long, long history. And because of Spain, the strong community of Spanish Sephardic Jews became a lot smaller, which left Judaism mostly with Ashkenazi Jews that during the Middle Ages, the Sephardi used to make fun of the Ashkenazi Jews because they were so limited, they were not the smartest. And now the funny questions that Ashkenazi people ask are somewhat seem legitimate. Anyway, so Yolanda Díaz, which is the second deputy prime minister of Spain, had decided to join the chants of the Palestinian cause and called to free Palestine from the river to the sea. It's an interesting choice, but what would you expect from someone who has praised the regimes of Fidel Castro in Cuba and Hugo Chavez in Venezuela and is a communist and was part of the Communist Party? Is she still part of the Communist Party? She joined the Communist Party of Spain at the early age. I mean, why communists don't like us? I mean, I know why. They don't like our 10 commandments because the 10th commandment is exactly their problem. They have greed as their problem. They want to have other people's stuff and just take control of everything. So I guess there is a fundamental problem.
El reconocimiento del Estado palestino representa el compromiso de nuestro país con los derechos humanos y también con el impulso a la legalidad internacional. Pero es sobre...
I love it. It's like she's saying recognizing a Palestinian state is from the Spanish recognition of a Palestinian state is like a step towards humanity or whatever. I mean, girl, you believe that Hugo Chavez and Fidel Castro are like good leaders. Like, what's to you and humanity? I don't think you like humanity at all.
Todo y por encima de todo, un acto de humanidad. El pasado 24 de octubre se firmó el acuerdo de gobierno entre el Partido Socialista y Sumar. Por primera vez, un acuerdo de gobierno incluía entre las medidas de la legislatura el reconocimiento del Estado palestino.
What are you so proud of? Like that you took legal action to recognize the Palestinian state?
Meses era una medida justa y necesaria. En estos momentos es además profundamente urgente.
I mean, I really want to roast her, but then I remembered I have another video of her own country people. I mean, fellow parliament member from the opposition roasting her. I'm gonna let him do the most of the job.
Todos los días amanecemos con imágenes que representan la barbarie. 35.000 personas han sido asesinadas por el Estado de Israel en los últimos meses. Un tercio de ellos son...
I love it. Yeah, we assassinated 35,000 people, which, I don't know, is it after or before the UN had admitted that they forged the numbers? And of course, that includes the terrorists themselves. But to be honest, she's into terrorism. She clearly loves people like Castro and Chavez. So when someone like that says something, I'm like, ugh, it's a compliment, you know? If somebody who is supporting communism and dictators like Chavez and like go to Cuba, go to Venezuela, those places are like they live in the richest areas in the world and somehow they manage to be hungry. No, that's talent. That's what communism does to you. Like you live you can live on a mountain of mangoes and be hungry for mango when you have communism.
35.000 personas han sido asesinadas por el Estado de Israel en los últimos meses. Un tercio de ellos son niños y niñas. Lo hemos
A third of them are girls and boys. I mean, yeah, that includes 17-year-old boys with a gun, by the way.
cientos de veces. Vamos a ser firmes porque hay
But to be honest, like those numbers are, even if they were all civilians, right, in theory, like those are the kind of numbers you'd expect anyway from the kind of fighting that Israel is conducting. Just like globally from every other fight ever, like the numbers were way worse.
Muchas vidas en juego. Los palestinos y las palestinas no pueden esperar más. Que Palestina tenga reconocimiento institucional es importante, pero no puede ser el final del camino. Es un clamor de la sociedad civil internacional, especialmente de las generaciones más jóvenes, que no van a permitir que este horror siga adelante. Tenemos que presionar para que la Unión Europea rompa los acuerdos.
No, I'm just okay, so this is the part I don't really understand. Guys, maybe you can help me in the comments. How is recognized in a fictional state that doesn't control Gaza? I think they're endorsing the Palestinian Authority that has no footprint in Gaza. Are gonna help them at all? Like, how is it gonna stop the horrors?
Que tiene con Israel. Apoyar las investigaciones sobre crímenes de guerra, revisar la compraventa de armas y presionar diariamente.
You know, arms embargo, have an investigation of war crimes and the usual.
Para conseguir un alto el fuego y parar el genocidio. Hoy celebramos.
Like it's gonna stop the imaginary genocide. No, it's gonna start a real genocide. That's the reality is that this, like us laying down our arms is just an invite to genocide all the Jews, but we all know she's a liar. I mean, she doesn't care about human rights.
Que España reconoce el Estado palestino, pero no nos vamos a quedar ahí. Seguiremos presionando desde nuestra responsabilidad como gobierno para defender los derechos humanos y poner fin al genocidio del pueblo palestino. Vivimos un momento de la historia del mundo.
Yeah, like we're committing genocide against the Palestinians. It's not genocide. I mean, I don't like this, you know, it's like sexual harassment became something like if somebody says that you look pretty today in office, somehow like the Western world twisted it to being sexual harassment, but when people actually get raped, then suddenly like there is no one to be like to say anything about it. Like you actually cheapened sexual harassment. When real sexual harassment happens, then it can't be treated anymore because like
en el que hacer lo mínimo es a la vez heroico e insuficiente. Por eso no podemos detenernos. Palestina será libre desde el río hasta el mar.
How sweet. Palestine needs to be free from river to sea. Amazing, amazing. Good job.
Este conflicto ocasionado por los peores atentados terroristas de la historia de la humanidad, usted ha decidido unilateralmente reconocer.
I mean, man, don't you know your friends? She believes in Hugo Chavez and and actually communism. Like somebody who believes in communism. Listen, to them, Jews are a problem. Like the Jewish state is a problem because it's like it stops the globalist idea of taking over the world, and like the Arabs. Like I said, I think I've said it several times before, that you'd be surprised, but the Arabs are rather they're easier to control. You just have to execute first against them and they comply. Like they understand, like power hierarchies, they understand who is above them. They obey authority in most cases, right? Like we have terrorism and stuff like that, but historically speaking, like they understand structure. They respect it.
El Estado palestino. No me extraña.
Jews, on the other hand, like I think it was the Palestinian. I love this. When was it? The Palestinian national poet. That all his poems are about the Jews. It's like, how did we lose to those people? They can't. They have the worst fashion style, and they cannot even stand in line. Like this is how unorganized Jews are. Like we can't even stand in line, in straight line.
Yeah. Había hasta hace poquito aquí una ministra, la señora Rego, que el otro día hizo unas declaraciones gravísimas. Dijo que el Estado palestino desde el río hasta el mar, es decir, desde el Jordán hasta el Mediterráneo.
Right. Señora Rego. How many names does she have? It says Yolanda Diaz. What is Rego? Is there another person?
Es decir, desde el Jordán hasta el Mediterráneo. Es decir, la desaparición de Israel, la destrucción de Israel. Eso es lo que usted tiene en su gobierno. Esa es su política internacional en Oriente Medio, señor Sánchez. La legitimación del terrorismo satánico, el reconocimiento del Estado palestino justo tras el 7 de octubre, a pesar de esas imágenes terribles de violaciones de mujeres.
I mean, yeah, but they support it for sure. This is like, even if you believe and you were like a good person, let's say, and you really believed in Palestinian human rights, then maybe not doing something that could be perceived as a reward for rape would be the better approach in general. Just like, wait for a little bit, maybe try helping them on the ground or something. But
de asesinatos de padres delante de sus hijos, a sangre fría, de asesinatos emitidos a través de las redes sociales. Y usted quiere decirle a Israel que no tiene el derecho a defenderse. Lo que tienen que saber los españoles es cómo actuaría Sánchez si una organización terrorista hiciese lo mismo contra España y tuviese secuestrados a 130 españoles, como hay todavía hoy 130 israelíes, mujeres, niños y ancianos en los túneles de Hamás. Ya sabemos cómo actuaría Sánchez. No defendería ni a los españoles ni los intereses de los españoles.
Yeah, that's what I learned too. Like I realized, like I thought that that countries were being actually hypocritical when they didn't let Israel defend itself against terrorism. But now I see that this is exactly what they're doing to themselves. It's not like the UK or Spain or anyone were hypocritical about it. They're literally giving up their countries to Islam.
Dejen de engañar, por lo tanto, porque precisamente el obstáculo histórico para el reconocimiento de los dos estados no ha sido Israel, ha sido precisamente Hamás. Esos a los que usted ahora va a premiar de manera retroactiva.
That's the thing. I don't think she doesn't know it. I think she just doesn't want Israel to exist and she doesn't care about human rights. That's consistent with her beliefs in general. Just people, just lie, just use it. It's I don't know how they manage to convince the world. It's oh, look, I care about the Palestinians, I care about human rights, but those people who care about the Palestinians are usually the ones that care about human rights the least. Coincidence? I think not. Anyway, like, comment, subscribe. Thank you all for watching. See ya.